All right, sports fans, welcome to the locker room. We have another pre-recorded show for you today. We will be back in 2 weeks with a big live show, a lot of local young baseball players and some coaches hopefully in that show. Great. So we are off next week, but in 2 weeks we have a big live show for you guys. So let's get right to it. Thanks to Distinct Ink Custom Apparel, Glenn and Cammie, for always hooking it up. I'm going to say something about what they hooked me up with later in the show.
Okay.
Ooh. And Grants Public Library, thanks for hosting us. So, last day of school episode, guys. Sports is winding down as far as, it's over for high school and stuff. But really, is it Ron? Ron's going to take us through some camps and open gyms and stuff that GHS is already starting to plan for the summer for next year. Youth baseball starts our doubleheaders tonight, the kids, so we're going to be out there till 10 o'clock every night playing ball. It's summertime, no bedtimes. It's a great time of year, so sports is really year-round. But,
It's just, it's the machine that keeps on cranking, you know.
Yes.
And we love it, right? It gives us something to do.
So we a couple of shows ago we talked about the New Mexico Special Olympics, and Amax here was lucky enough to attend one of their events this last weekend, so he's going to tell us all about that.
Yes. I was able to go to this Special Olympics competition this past weekend on Saturday. It was in Albuquerque at Sandia Prep Gymnasium. Okay, this is my first competition, Special Olympics, that I've ever been able to attend. I've never seen anything like it, but I was blown away. Just telling you guys, I was blown away by what these guys can do, regardless of a disability, they still come out and compete. And we have to, as people, we have to, grasp, what they have to do every day, Mm-hmm. They go through a whole different type of life than other people do, and it was just amazing. It was awesome. I had a great time. It was the 2019 Special Olympics Rhythmic Gymnastics competition. So they did 4 events. They had a rope, hoop, ball, and ribbon is what they call them. And the participants were from Albuquerque and Rio Rancho and surrounding areas. They were all there. They had two different levels. So they had a little bit more experienced, and then they had some that were a little bit less experienced, and then there were some that was their first time ever also. So it was real good. Before, I was able to get some clips, some pics. Ron put together a little collage for you guys to look at. But before that, we'll say the athlete oath, let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. I'd recommend, if anybody ever is interested, if you have the chance to go out and see a Special Olympic competition, they do have a track and field coming up. I believe this weekend, I want to say this next weekend. If you have a chance, go check it out, and you'll be amazed as well. But really opened my eyes, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. As you see in the video clips and the pictures, there's some different color leotards, and I was told by one of the coaches there that these leotards, some of these people are actually competed in the world finals.
Wow.
And some in nationals, or both. So I was like, wow, So, but we're going to take a look at that video for you now.
All right, that is awesome, Max. If you get a chance to go check out any Special Olympics event, try to do it and support. We also are still working on trying to get one of the directors or organizers of these great events on the show, so be on the lookout for that. Speaking of high school sports winding down and things, school over, that doesn't mean that the Pirates aren't getting back to work for next year. So Ron's going to let us know a little bit about what we know about what's going on for your athletes for open gym, camps, stuff like that. So Ron, take it away.
Right, yeah. So we're going to start with basketball because we've been in the gym here more recently. Right now, the girls basketball team has been working Monday through Thursday, doing basically, during some stuff that Coach Grenier will run in the season. They're already working on those kinds of things. They're doing that Monday through Thursday, 3:30 to 5. That's really for any girl who's out there who's of high school age and wants to just drop in and just kind of see what's going on. Coaches running plays. He's installing some defenses and things. So it's not so much a come check it out as it is come and get involved and get moving with the team. And then right after that, at 5 p.m., you've got Coach Teal, who we had in studio recently, and the boys basketball team doing their thing starting at from 5 to 7. So guys, I've been in the gym here recently, good turnouts for both the boys and girls. And yeah, so that's nice to see. Speaking of the girls, the team is having a couple youth camps that might be of interest to some young lady Pirates. We'll post the flyer on the Cibola County Sports Facebook page for you to look at. But here's what it is basically. It's 2 sessions, a 5th to 8th grade session, group that is, and a 1st to 4th grade group. And you got session 1 from June 4th through 6th, session 2 from June 18th through June 20th. And the times are from 9 to 11 a.m. on those. We'll get the flyer up so you know for sure. But guys, this is for the younger lady Pirates who just want to be, sort of in the groove. You start meeting coaches, you start meeting older players. It's kind of like what not only Grenier, but even Coach Teal has talked about, building that community of players that just every year you come to have it, and where you're working with these players. So we'll put the flyer up, check it out, get your little ones in there. There are 2 sessions through June, so be checking that out. Also, the Grants football team is doing really what amounts to 2-a-days, guys. The next one after today is a week, next Wednesday, May 29th, and the football team, they're getting after it 6:30 a.m. to 8:45. That's to lift and condition. And then from 5 to 6:30 in the p.m., they're doing 7-on-7s, and they're doing some line drills and things like that. So props to Coach Thompson. He's got some new pieces on the staff as well. They're starting early. I'd love to see it. And guys, we've been hearing a lot of buzz about what this team could do this year, and everyone's high on this team. They think that this could be a special year for them. So it's nice to see all this activity concerning these teams. We'll update the page with anything we hear, and if you have new information for us regarding any of these teams, Laguna Acoma, summer activity kind of things, let us know. We'll post it up, and we'll keep following. And as you say, sports year-round, my friend, year-round.
And parents, I know it's summer break, but if your kids are needing something to do, there is a plethora of things to do here,
no
especially if they're athletes. Another thing to throw in there, baseball just ended. They're there 4 days a week, and the cage is open.
All right.
Getting some work in there. Also, guys, coming up on our next show in 2 weeks, we'll have info on the annual Ty Detmer All-Star Weekend, where we get athletes from the NBA, the NFL. We all have a UFC fighter coming this year to put on wrestling camps. Wow. And all these camps are free for a week in June. So we're nailing out the details, and we'll put a flyer on the page. But next, in 2 weeks, we'll have that. This is free, guys. So you don't have to pay to get your kids out there getting better at the sport they love, or just getting off the couch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I got to say, one of my favorite moments of one of the past Ty Detmers is when Tom Gordon was over here with us at the Grants Baseball Stadium, and some of the current Pirates. I got to find those pictures, man.
Yeah, they're little.
There's Dre, Ronnie, all these guys are running the bases and standing next to a baseball legend. Those camps are excellent, no
it's
doubt.
cool, and we have tennis camps. like I said, UFC's doing a wrestling guy from the UFC's for wrestlers. Football's big. Ty Detmer's a real supporter of our local community football league. It's called the Ty Detmer Football League. So be on the lookout for that. If we get information before our next show in 2 weeks, we will definitely post that. But it's free, guys. Take advantage. Get your kids out there. Get them going in something. All right, we're going to take a look at some MLB stuff right now. Just running it down. The Dodgers and the Cubs are both the head of our division.
Ooh.
Whatever
that was. Yeah.
Knuckles. But the Dodgers are 6 games up in the NL West on the Padres. The Cubs are 2 games up in the NL Central. And they have a big game tonight against the Phillies. And Aaron Nola, who is 4-0 on the mound for the Phillies, against our ace, John Lester. So that's going to be a heck of a game. The Cubs are looking to sweep the series. They have... Guys, have you guys been paying attention? There's like 5 or 6 walk-off wins they've had in this streak.
Yeah.
Hottest team in baseball. I love it. I will talk about them as much as I can because I love them.
And really, these division leaders, that's pretty much what everyone expected coming into this year.
Well,
I mean, maybe the
Cubs
Phillies
to get last in our division this year, which was
Who's crazy enough to do that?
crazy.
I know.
But the way we started, it made them seem like they knew what they were talking about. A lot of baseball left, and anybody could beat anyone.
Right.
In the AL, the Yankees are 2 games up in the AL East. The Twins are 7 games up in the Central. Guys, before 7 games is a huge lead. Like the Astros are 7.5 games. What are you guys' thoughts on before the All-Star break? Do you think they're going to win the division with that type of lead this quick, or what do you think?
It's a big lead, but there's still a lot of baseball left. Like you always say.
Yep.
They're doing great right now, but they could have one of those little streaks where they go down and then somebody has a chance. I think it's still open.
Once you're about 10 games behind them, once you have a lead of 10 or so games,
it's hard. Yeah.
It's tough.
even because you also have to have the team that's up tank.
Yeah.
And really, none of these teams look like they're going to do that. But then again, you just never know. The streaks, as you say, the ups and downs.
So that brings us to our Pick'em leaderboard. Where currently Amax is in the lead at 15-9.
Take a look at that.
Ron, right behind him, 14-10. And I'm in the cellar at 9-15. But I'm going to be like the Cubs, and I'm going to go on a streak and beat you guys. So, let's get to it. We got 4 Pick'em games this week. And how can we... The NBA, Raptors at Bucks, Game 5. Who you got, Ron?
This one's going to the Bucks. They obviously struggled up in the North. And I'm just going to chime in right now. I do not like Drake right now. Who's this guy? How does he get act? Anyway, I'm not even going to start with that. Bucks, Game 5.
Amax. And
the series.
Dang.
I'm going to just put it out there.
I'm taking the Raptors.
Oh, my goodness.
They played awesome. A lot of it does have to do with the home court advantage. They win 2 in Milwaukee. They win 2 in Toronto. And you're going back to Milwaukee. But I think Toronto is going to come and beat them up in Milwaukee. Maybe not beat them up, but they're going to win.
They're playing well, no doubt.
I'm going Raptors.
All right, I'm going to go with the Bucks again for Game 5 and the series.
Oh!
It'll be over by the time we come back on, so we'll be able to talk about it.
They're not going for Pascal Siakam.
All right, then, now the next Pick'em game. The game I talked about, John Lester on the mound for the Cubs against Aaron Nola, who's 4-0 for the Phillies. Both winning their divisions. Play tonight. I don't even have to discuss this. I'm going with the Cubs. You?
Go to Ron first.
No, Nola gets his first loss tonight.
I just think that Lester he's become known, like a lot of these guys, that he win. You don't bet against him in big games.
I'm going to go with the Cubs. Thanks, Ron.
Yep.
Hey, little fun fact. John Lester.
Cubs.
John Lester and I were born on the same exact day in the same exact year.
What?
That's awesome.
Oh,
I thought I'd throw that out.
Well.
Now, Dodgers Pirates tomorrow. The Dodgers are off today because they need a break because they're weak. So, Dodgers Pirates tomorrow, and I'm going to do something a little crazy because the Pirates are in our division. I don't really like them, but I'm going with Pittsburgh over the Dodgers.
Well, I just have to say the Dodgers have split a series with Tampa Bay, a team that was allegedly a front runner but behind New York. So I think they've needed these. They've been all over the nation here. I'm going Dodgers. They'll get the win.
I'm going with the Pirates, too.
Wow.
Because Tony Kanaba likes the Dodgers.
Yeah, Tony.
That's a smart guy.
Terrible.
Smart
All
guy.
right, last pick'em game. Yankees Orioles. Yankees are atop. That we were talking about it before we started filming. How they have all these guys on the injured list and they're still winning their division. So Yankees Orioles. I'm taking the Yankees.
I'm taking the Yankees as well.
We'll make it a trio then. They're just, I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it.
All right, so there we have it. Our pick'em games. We'll update the leaderboard. 2 weeks. We'll have a lot more pick'em games then. And now Amax is going to take us through a quick rundown. The NBA is getting to the nitty gritty, guys. We're almost to the finals and the NHL. So go ahead.
We're almost there, like Joaquin said, okay? Well, the Western Conference Finals is over now, okay? The Golden State Warriors swept Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers 4-0. Get the broom out, okay, to advance to the NBA Finals. It was cool. A lot of the talk was the Steph Curry versus the Seth Curry. That was cool to see. I bet it was great for the families. But anyways, Warriors are on to the NBA Finals. They did that series without Kevin Durant, by the way. The whole series. But he should be, from what I look at, he should be ready to go for the final series. So the Warriors are waiting for the East between, like we said, Milwaukee, Toronto. Okay, that series is tied 2-2. Game 5 tonight, 6:30 TNT. Check it out. I don't know. Could it go 6 games? Could it go 7 games? We shall see. On to the NHL, because that's another playoffs that's going on. The Stanley Cup Final is ready to go. It will be the Boston Bruins versus the St. Louis Blues. Game 1 is on Monday on NBC, 6 p.m. Who's going to win it all? The Bruins advanced by sweeping the broom again, the Carolina Hurricanes, 4-0. And the Blues took out the San Jose Sharks in 6 games, 4-2. Also, this is the Blues' first Stanley Cup final since 1970.
Wow.
40, almost 50 years.
Yeah. And the Bruins have won 6 Stanley Cups. They're tied for 4th all time. They were last in the finals in 2013. Who do you got? Who are you going to take? I'm going to take Boston because I have to go for the Bruins because the Celtics lost. So I'm going Boston Bruins. It's not a pick 'em.
Boston's just been so dominant. Jeez.
Unlike Chicago.
Chicago Blackhawks.
I like the Blackhawks, but they had a bad year. But I think Boston's going to take it.
I think Boston's going to take it too. They're playing really well.
Yeah, they are. So yeah, that's it for our little playoffs there.
All right, so we mentioned at the beginning of the show our youth baseball and softball league. It's booming. These guys are getting better already in just the first 3 weeks. Tonight starts double headers, so if you see the lights on at Wells, go out, grab a hot dog, grab a Frito pie, watch some of these kids play. Awesome. You're going to talk about a little bit about our youth baseball softball program, and then we'll have our shout-outs.
Yes, so we talked about it last week. We've talked about it today. We've talked about it a lot. So, like Joaquin said, it's going great. These kids are getting out there and they're doing work. You know, we have the 5 and 6 year old division, the coach pitch division. We have a 7 and 8 year old kid coach pitch division. And we got the 9 through 12 year old baseball, and then that's co-ed. And then you got the 9 through 12 all girls softball. So yes, go check it out. If you're not doing anything, you're sitting on the couch, the kids are on the tablets, go check out some games. We have a little look here. We've been gathering some pictures, some videos from just these past couple weeks since we started. And Ron put us together a big collage for you guys to look at. But that will be on our page. But we have a couple clips right now that you're going to be looking at right now, right?
As we're talking here, yes.
All right, so go out, support them. Summer's starting, school's out. Kids, do something other than being on your tablets, please.
Unless you're watching the show.
Yeah, you watch the show and then you go outside and play. A couple other announcements before we take off. free movies in the park. We have a summer concert and movie series at the amphitheater park. That starts next Friday, May 31st, with the free movie.
Wow.
It's Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet for all you kids. It's free of charge. Take snacks, take a pizza, take everything. That starts at 8:45 next Friday night. We got a great list of bands, all kinds of music, other movies coming up. We'll post that schedule on the page, so check that out. And also, we had some guests last week for Project Mud Volleyball Fundraiser.
Yeah.
We announced we're taking 32 teams. We're already up to about 15 guys
Ooh,
just in a few days.
Dang.
So if you're interested, get it together. You can message our page or get the Grants Recreation Facebook page, and I'll be happy, or the Continental Divide page, or Cibola General Hospital. We'll be happy to answer those questions for you.
Guys, I got one announcement that we kind of overlooked earlier. Noticed that Coach Widener, Principal Widener at GHS, advertising that the school is hiring a PE coach who might also coach soccer and some other sports.
Yep.
So for the benefit of some of you out there, maybe fans of ours in Albuquerque or whatever, if you know any good folks that could be a PE coach, maybe come coach the soccer team or what have you. That's just what the post said. There's no speculation on my part as to who the new person would be, but there's a little tidbit of information for us.
All right. So we want to thank our sponsors again, Distinct Ink Custom Apparel. These guys are booming. They're getting a bunch of calls.
Are they?
You go out to watch the kids play. Not all of them, but most of their stuff comes from Glenn County. They do a great job. Thanks for all your support. And
Thank
also
you.
to the Grants Public Library. Thanks for hosting us. So it's that time. Shout outs. We'll go with Ron first today.
I don't know. I don't want to steal your thunder again. You might want to go first this time.
No, you go first.
All right. So, viewers, I'm a little caught up, not knowing what to say, a little ill-prepared because I have been on the road. And my shout-out, of course, goes to my new grandson, Fabian Ronnie Dominguez. Was born on Monday. My daughter and my son-in-law did a great job. I can't wait to get back on the road to go see him. And I got a little surprise for you guys. I'll post it once it happens.
Yeah.
But Glenn and Cammy hooked him up with something, and you can't wait to see it, locker room fans. So shout out to not only my new grandson, but to his parents, my daughter Amber and her husband Joe. Shout out to you guys.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ron.
So my shout out actually is a little similar. This time though, hey, baby, I'm so happy for you, your grandson. My shout out though is to Joe, right? Joe and Amber. What's the kid's middle name again? Read it to me one more time.
Ronnie.
Joe and Amber, I'm honored. My shout outs to you. I had no idea, and I'm so honored by the gesture.
Yeah, it was all after you. Not really.
Thank
Your
you.
name is Ronald.
My mom calls me Ronnie, okay?
Yeah.
So now just having fun with Joe and Amber. Congrats, and yeah, we're gonna raise this. We're gonna raise this kid right in the locker room.
Hey, we are. And you know what? I'm going to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Got to.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're going to bring him
Got
on
to.
the show.
Got to.
We
All
have
right,
to.
Amax.
Can I do two?
Sure.
Yeah.
Real quick, okay? So first shout out's gonna go to my nephew, Noah Maxwell. We covered him a lot on the show. He did the Fort Sumner thing, but he made they used to call it the North-South All-Star. I think they call it something else now. But he made the North-South All-Star team for basketball and football. So shout out to Noah.
Talented.
And then my other shout out is to Jawan Howard. Okay? He was just named
Michigan head coach.
Michigan head coach,
Perfect.
member of the Fab Five, going back
That's
to
tremendous.
the alma mater.
All right. So,
Good
fans, be on the lookout on our page because we're going to be posting a lot of information, flyers for camps, the Ty Detmer All-Star, the calendar for the Rockin' the Riverwalk Summer Concert Series, all the info you need. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a big show, hopefully lots of guests from our youth program, and start getting into football, guys. It's football is here.
Got to.
So we're going to, fans have been asking for some GHS football. We're on it. We're going to hit the ground running. Another thing, guys, have you seen the construction across the street? It's coming along pretty
Incredible,
quick.
huh?
I'm excited. So
We need to find out the timetable for that thing.
yeah, so we'll have a lot of information. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to message, comment, anything on the Facebook page, and Other than that, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace.
Boom.